Alrighty then. Here we go. We're going to start today. Let's adjust my leg and look to see where we're at. So yesterday we were working on quite a few things, and we did some adjustments here and there. Let me open up GameMaker real quick, and we'll go through a quick review of what we did yesterday. And then we'll probably finish up the tombstones today and do some decorations around the town a little bit. And then we'll start pulling in our information for stuff. We also need to add to, where's our build? That is bizarre. Monday the 3rd, correct? It reordered everything. Hopefully this is the correct build. Yes, this looks like the correct build. Let's see how far. Yep. Alrighty. Let us bring the logo down. I don't know why that is that tiny, but we will make it bigger as soon as I can click on it. And over there. Alrighty. So yesterday we did a lot of things, a lot of cleanup and maintenance stuff, and just all around stuff. Let's move this over that way. Let's go up to, we added a couple things like we did, before we did add the tombstones the other day, we added some enemy stuff. This one is, oh, those are just controllers. Okay. We added logs so that they could drop logs now in when we're chopping down trees. Coins we already had, bushes we already had. We added our trees as sprites so that we can chop them down and get stuff from them. So there's our tree. Our happy little tree is now a happy little icon. Oops. That's good. We did some adjustments in the tile set. So we showed that if we make the change in the modified tile set, that it'll make that, and we'll work on that a little bit later. Because what I want to do is I want to replace the wood on the house, because we're slowly going to replace all of the artwork that's in our tile set that we're using, because it's not our artwork, and but we'll be cleaning it up. So this is the modified tile set where we put the gate down here, and we put the tree stump in there. So if we go a little closer, you can see our trees. Oh, wow. Ah, stop. I hate the way this thing works. Okay, so you can see where our little tree stump is. And then at the bottom here, you can see where our fence gate is that we now have. But today I want to change this wood and then come up with a better tile and maybe work on replacing the logs. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I have built some palettes, color palettes for some things, and we'll look at those today as well. So this is our main starting point still. We also should start talking about which of the buildings will have just removable things. Nice, already mapping, yes. Should make him frown when we hack at him. Yes, and that we talked about that yesterday. As I go, yeah, we should make them sad trees when we're chopping on them, because we do need to set. I need to figure out how to set the hit points for the tree so that they're higher than one swing. So you have to chop at it a couple times, and then eventually we'll probably say that you have to have an axe equipped in order to hack at the trees. And I'll show you in a minute. Professor Sticky Mittens, what we did yesterday. So we'll show the build. Where Were those books perhaps? Yes, the Riddle Master series by McKillop. Yes, that was my one of my ex girlfriend's favorite book series. Here's our forest with our happy trees, and we did some testing here. So then we have our town, of course, which we'll start deciding which. Oh wow, we have to move some signs. We have to finish the signs, and we have to move them in, and then our title page for right now is just this, and we'll fix that. Maybe clean that up a bit. This is one of our shops, so we do have our sale stuff in and stuff like that. So you can buy and sell stuff. We just need to do that. And then our graveyard, of course, which we do need to finish putting just the wording in for those. I think we got the top row I think is done, if I remember correctly. Let's look here. Yeah, I think the top row's done. So we have some sayings in there for them and stuff like that. I think we did this one. Yeah, so the top row's done. We'll finish off with the ones we have to just fill them out, and then we'll talk about that. But we also need to go to the family crypt one and start putting the names of the ancestors in here for each of the tombstones for the ancestors. So yeah, from Scratchy, yeah, that is the book set I was thinking of, which obviously is the different. This is just our temporary art because we have to replace the art from the tutorials that I did, and because I don't think it's we should not use their art for very long. We should start replacing, which we started to do. We're just redrawing them as we go here. So let's do this. This is our title page. We should just put this way over here out of the way. Because we did change the titles, but we will clean this page up. Mostly it's just like make something different and make it more of a thing about our stuff. Okay, our village. This is basically Granddad's home. Right now it's a shop. We'll move that shop over into the other place. Right now I think we have it marked as Granddad's house. GD's house. And then this is just this I think we have the clinic, which will turn it into the clinic, which will just be a walk-in clinic. Funny but true. And what I mean by that is, as we look at the build, of course, you can just walk in. Let me pull up the build. Boop-a-doop boop. Let's see, where is it? Dungeons, game dev. Our game. This should be the right one. Nope, that's not the right one. That's from last week. Where is our final one that we did yesterday? These are all old. Where did I put it? Oh, that's something else. Okay, well, let me see where it's saving it, because it saved it not where I expected it to be saved. So let's go here and say build export. And say, where are you saving it? That's weird. That's where I was. Go back to the directory here. The show. Oh, that's not where I was. Our game. Okay. Let's load this one. So let me pull up the game screen. Oh, game maker. Nope. I want the game capture. It should have come up. Game maker. Game capture. Why are you not finding your find? Sorry, I'm having an argument with, okay, there it is. Okay. Don't know why it didn't come up before. Made no sense. So here's where we're at. We do have all this stuff set up, of course. Now that all this is running, this is obviously an old one because we did move those things and fix all that land, but we're just doing a quick run through here. We have our gates going to the cemetery. I wanted to check, and I thought I checked it Friday or yesterday, but I may not have. I just want to make sure that this guy up here did work. Yes, it does work now. Okay. So we're going to take the ones that we have now and just fill out as many as we can. If we need more later, we'll work it out. But some of these do have some in them, and some of them don't. So like that one doesn't, obviously. And then we'll put we'll assign our ancestors here to these ones. And later on, we'll build better stones for them, so they have some good stones, because we want to be able to have them as statues and crumbly bits around them that you have to go out and buy, or not buy, but you have to go out and find the pieces. Should I write up some quick emergency ones? Not at the moment. I'm not sure we have. We have for the ancestors. We already have it in the documentation we've already put together. We have some descriptions in there, so we can mark them as which ancestor it is and stuff like that. Let's see. This is so good, so cool. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll look into it. Yeah, I think you might like it. It's about battling with riddles and stuff like that. And like I said, they made a TV show based on it, but they didn't call it that. So I forget what they called it. Yeah, I do that all the time in building frameworks, and buy art from blah, 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 and pass the key to whoever buys that framework. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, your link didn't come through, so we can't. I don't allow people to post links in the chat. You can send it to me in Discord or to the email, and I'll take a look at it. Then they replace it all. Yeah, you have to replace it all because technically it's their art, and I have written to Sarah Spalding and said that we are using it at the moment, but we are replacing it as fast as we can. Wait, it does? Huh? What? Wait, why do we keep repackaging? What do you mean repackaging? Wait, it does, huh? F5 function is debugging crashes oh, yes. I see what you mean. The reason why is because for some reason, when I hit this key here, let me take this down. When I hit our lovely little key up here, right? Oh, let's cancel that. If I try to use this, which will play it and run the game, it crashes OBS. I've yet to figure out why. Nobody's been able to explain to me why it would even have anything to do with it. But it locks OBS up, so I have to do a build every time we're going to show stuff. Yeah, and I haven't been able to find anything online for that issue. But for some reason, on my machine, I must have a setting somewhere that it's unhappy with. It locks OBS up. So it's not that big a deal to do a build for me. It's just like, okay, we'll do a build, and then run the build. So, and it doesn't seem to hurt anything. So it's not a bad thing. But there are some bugs I still have to figure out. Like, it should be following him, and it's not until he gets to the edge of the screen. But we can cut the trees down, which is good. Oh, I keep buying bombs. And they do have drops. They just don't drop as often as they used to because we wanted to limit the amount of drops that it has, that the trees have. I have to attack from the bottom. See, so like there are dropped logs. and you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, I am talking to myself because I didn't push the button. So there are the tree drop logs, our silly little logs. That he dropped an arrow. Right now he just drops arrows and logs, but he doesn't drop them that often. So they don't drop them that often. So a lot of times you'll cut trees down and get nothing. But yeah, but what I'd like to do is build a radius thing, because we did talk about what Mittens was talking about, is make the trees sad when you hit them, and also give them, we want to give them hit points so that they can be sad when you hit them the first time. And also it would be kind of cool that if they the ones around them got sad too. I hate when that happens. That means that it's not going to, our teleporters aren't going to work anymore. Wait, no, oh, good. So like if we take a bomb here and throw it into the trees, boom. See, it doesn't, of all those trees, only one of them gave us something. So that's kind of cool. So we know how to set that up. Hey, that's weird. I'm doing the same thing you are, but I hit F5. You don't click. Yeah, F5 is the same thing. It does the exact same thing, but for some reason, my OBS doesn't like it. So there's a setting somewhere that I didn't. Yearjoy, did Thor have any ideas on this issue? No, I have not talked to Thor about any of my issues, because what I wanted to do is have us discover together, as opposed to having someone come in, swoop in, and save us. You know, and I don't mind doing the build, so it's all good, because I have records of the build, so it's all good. Okay, let's turn this off and go back to our little happy fun time. Turn that off completely. Let's go back to our family crypt. No, let's go to this. Let's finish these guys up real quick. And luckily, as you guys know from yesterday, we have a, I know you're surprised, we have a spreadsheet. People who know me know there's always a spreadsheet somewhere. So let's go to our design spreadsheet. Actually, I think we have more than we need right now, Sparta. So let's just finish filling them out. But I think we're going to end up with more than we need already. So we're going to get this taken care of. This one. We will probably just need to, we'll just dump a bunch of them in and then go in and see if we need to make adjustments to them afterwards. And let's see, we're doing Gimli. For those of you that are new, what we're doing right now is we're putting the text onto the graveyard gravestones. So we're all good. The Christopher Titus one makes me laugh. That's the next one we're putting in here. But yeah, sometimes game dev is literally just sitting there cutting and pasting things into place. I think it's funny. What is this? Hey, Chief, I just noticed your Game Maker Studio 2 is not fitting the screen. No, I'm only giving part of the screen. So, oops, don't want to touch that. Put them back. We'll make this a little smaller, maybe. Now that comes in from the side. Okay, that should work for what we're doing. I think we got all these ones done here. Let's take a look. Yep, that one's done. We'll do this one next. Okay, just wanted to make sure. No worries. Wait, that zombie art is by Gerald Brom. Love that guy. Yeah, Brom's amazing. You know, he's a friend, and I helped. He used to be at Blizzard, and I met him there, and we became friends. I haven't talked to him in a long time because I was in the UK for a few years, but Brom's amazing. That's actually a painting of me as a zombie. It's on the wall behind me, actually, here, that he did for me. That it's one of my prized possessions. So, yes, in fact, yeah, talking about Gerald Brom is, in fact, Gerald is wrote a really good book, and we put it in the book section of Discord called The Child Thief, which is just an amazing version of Peter Pan. I really loved it. Very dark, not for everybody. Very dark, though. Incredible stuff. And I have one of the original signed copies because he signed it for me. And I told the story about that. Me going to his signing and him not knowing I was coming. So that was funny. Oops. See? Ah. Copy, not copy over. Let's put this one in. But Gerald Brom is an amazing artist and such a nice guy. Oh my God, he's such a nice guy. But that is a painting he did of me, which I appreciated greatly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured I'd get all the tombstones set up here in code, and then we'll do a build and take a look and see if we got them all filled in. I think we have all the ones on this side done. No, we have this one still. So where are we at? We're on Chris Stone. We may have some overlap problems, but we'll check that when we go in and test them. But having it all on one sheet is amazing. Let's see if I can pull that up over here. I think I have it in here. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. Just turn this on and move this over to the side. So these are the ones that we're doing. These are the things that we're putting in. The grayed out ones are ones that we've already done. So we have quite a few more. I think we have enough to finish out the graveyard. So let me, can I just shrink this down smaller? I can. Okay, we'll make that a little bit smaller and put it here so you guys can see what I'm doing on that side, but you're not gonna be able to read them all until we get them all in there. So pretty sure though we have enough to finish out the graveyard. So thank you, Sparta. I think that's the one we just did. It is. This one. But the tutorial that we did, which was the Sarah Spalding tutorial, is what set all of this up to where it's this easy to do. We would not be able to do this without that tutorial, without running through that tutorial. So I give them huge credit for their work. And if they called tomorrow and say, take down all of our artwork, I would take it down in a heartbeat to say sorry, you know. So, but as you see, we are replacing it as we go. We've only had this up for this week. Now that one's done. Go to the second row. I think it's only these two are the only ones left. I think we did the whole top row already, and that other one was the first test. So we mark these off as done. Forrest Gump. Die, Forrest, die. Okay. And then this one is the last one, I think. Yep. Gandalf the Grey. Okay. So let's save. Build it out. Make sure we don't have it running. We do not have it running, so that's all good. Waiting for the build. Okay, there is the build. Okay. So now we should be able to go to, let's turn a few things off here. Bloop. And turn that one on so they'll come up. All right, so now we should be able to go over to the graveyard, and all of the tombstones should have something in them. So let's run up there real quick. See, now you can see that our ground is now fixed because we did fix it last night before we said goodbye, but it's in this build. But now we should be able to see everybody. Whoop, my precious. Yep. Ah, there's our first one that needs to be fixed. Let me get my notebook. It's funny because I have a tendency to have my notebook at my desk. However, I also have a tendency that as I get up from my desk after we're done here, I have a tendency to take my notebook in the other room and then work on it in there and then leave it. So, things we know. Gordon Freeman is too long. Alrighty, next one. Let's walk over there to this one. Gordon Ramsay is also way too long. Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay. Okay, I think all the top ones were okay. I think we fixed them yesterday. Forrest Gump. Oh. Did I not put one on that? I did, yeah. Gandalf the Grey. I think I did some repeats. I shouldn't have done some repeats. I'll have to look at them. Okay, that's good. For Titus. Jason Nesson, good. I'm glad most of them are not, so far, not overrun, but we'll check the top ones too. But I got some repeats in there, so we'll fix those. Because we do have extras. Kerry White, dead in battle with a great mage. He said I looked fat in my prom dress. Legolas Longclear. The great mammoth should definitely count as one mole. I used to be a Kota. I thought I fixed that. Oh, I fixed it in the original, not in the... Okay. Hold my beer. This is going to be a legendary. So we looked at this one. Forest, blah, blah, blah. I think I have 2 Forrest Gumps. That was the first one we did. Gimli. Stone. Yeah, so most of them are not too bad. Gordon Freeman. Well, we got that one. Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, those two are the two odd ones out. And we have to fix the quarterback line. Okay, the child thief is generally chilling at times. Yes, it is. Amazingly done. Yeah, it's in our books to read section of our Discord because it was a book that I really, really enjoyed. I told the story about him signing it, but I can tell it again at some point. Basically, he had told me about his book, and he said that he was having a signing up in L.A. at I don't know if it was a goth or it was a dark bookstore, which actually was pretty cool. And so he was signing on a Saturday, so I got up Saturday morning and just drove up into L.A. and showed up at the bookstore. Didn't tell him I was coming, and which was hilarious. Let's see. So I went up and was hanging and got in line, waited in line behind people to get him to sign the book because he's sitting at a table with his son and someone else. And I knew his son because his son was interning at in the sound department at Blizzard, and had met Brom a couple times and hung out a couple times. But his son noticed me first, and I'm like, no, because he went to nudge his dad that I was there, and I'm like, no. I waved him off, and he stopped, and I hid behind people in line, and then he was helping the people in front of me, so I walked up like just behind them, so that when they walked away, I would surprise him. And he was still looking down when they walked away, so I just threw the book on the table and said, "Sign this." Yeah, and he looked up and he goes, "Jordan Ray, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "I came here for you to sign your book." He goes, "I would have come to your office and done it." I'm like, "No, I'm supporting you. I'm here. Sign your book." So he's such a nice guy. Oh my God, he's such a sweetheart. That zombie art is a Gerald Brom. Yes. Okay. I'm backtracking on phenomenal. In fact, if you look just over my head, right there, that painting right there is the painting. It's the original oil painting he did. I technically have Legolas twice in. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. We haven't got to the second one. Sarah Spalding, formerly Sean, if that helps you search. But I think most everything redirects to Sarah now. Yeah, Sarah was very helpful. Her 51 part tutorial was extremely helpful and got us to where we are today on this stuff because I had never used GameMaker before a couple weeks ago. Got to make the Gordon Ramsay rant shorter. No, you don't. I can put a /n in, which is what I'm going to do next to fix those. You'll have my support whether you like it or not, mister. Really? Fine, be that way. Okay, let's go back to our buildings. Okay, let's take that down real quick. We can go down here in the corner where the Gordons are kept. And we can go to the variable and we can go in here and say, let's see, if we look here, the second line's a little bit long, so all we really have to do is let's go, we'll try there. Put a /f in, or /n in, to break that line into 2 lines. If we have to break it into 3, we'll come back and break it into 3. That's that one. This was our other Gordon, I believe. Gordon Freeman. Yeah, I think we can get away with just putting one right here before the second line. Now that should fix those. There was one more thing. Oh, the quarterback one. I think that one is up here. I think it was this one. Died after falling. Because I fixed it in our spreadsheet, but apparently I didn't fix it on the tombstone. So let me look at the spreadsheet here real quick. Oh, it's the third one, so it's up here. I think it's this one. Nope. Let's see, where's legendary? It's the one before that. If I did them in order, this would not be a problem. I should have numbered them in the spreadsheet. There it is. E and R in there. Okay, that fixes that. So yeah, so now all of our tombstones are named and we're all good. Now we come up here to Mom and Pop Station and we go to the other page. But those is gray. Then we need to go to the family crypt. And what we can do is put them in as, okay. Let's start up here. Oops, we need to be on instance. I'm just going to randomly put them in. And what we're going to do, since we don't have actual names for them yet, we'll just put what their names are, like great granddad and stuff like that. And then put a 0. That should be fine. We'll copy this. Now we'll just leave it for now. And then go back to this and get this. What we will do first to save ourselves a lot of time and suffering, let's go ahead and open all these up and put this in first. That way it's just in. We know we're going to pull the text box anyway, so. Because I haven't broken down the grandparents' names yet, so I'm going to just put them in the regular way, and then, but this isn't in. So in order to not have to keep copy and pasting each of these, I just do them all at once. Oh, that one actually has one. I told you I was sick. Oh yeah, that was our test. Forgot about that. Funny, but what we may want to do from a design standpoint is turn this around, meaning put the single one that we have in front here on the top. Replace these two this way. Flip the whole thing the other way. Just so it doesn't look like that one's the most important. You want them to escalate into. So we'll do that real quick. That way we can put the one that we put as the last one on the list is that. So what we'll do is do this. We will move these guys into, let's see, they were there. 1, 2, put that one there. There. Move these guys down. Move this guy down. Move these guys down. And then move this guy up here. Sorry, Mr. Tree, you need to go. Don't forget your roots. Oops. Your roots are on fire. Need to open this window up a little more so I can get to this. Put his new roots like over here. Put him here. Just for now. We have a rootless tree. Cool, come with me. There you go. Oh, that looks squished. Okay, that's better. That way he can work his way up, and then that'll be the final one up there. But yeah. So let's go back to our family crypt page. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about. For those of you that I believe it was this one. Yes. So basically, I'm just taking the grandparents' names here and throwing them in, so that we have something in there to mark the tombstones. Do that, that. Semicolon 0. So, great grandmother. And since we're going to move them, we're going to move them around a bit. Okay. That's grandmother and grandfather together. Great greats, which will come to first. Oh, jeez. And we go to ads. If you have a question, oh, I thought I'd pin that. Yeah. Oh, meet you real quick. There's a whole tutorial on transitioning the tile set to a quick tile set. We didn't do that here. It is set up on one of the screens, but it's not something that I can just say, here's how it's done. If you go to Sarah's thing, she has literally a whole tutorial just on how to do the automatic tile set stuff. Now you have to set up auto tiling specifically a specific way, and it's quite involved. So go to Sarah's YouTube page. I'm trying to remember what the which episode it is. Let me actually look while we're in Zombieland here. So let's go here and then history. Which one? Got a playlist. It's the 51. So which one was? Stop. Okay. We're just coming out of zombies. I'm looking for something real quick on this, and I think it's in the 40s. Saving item shop, pots. Auto tiling is number 44. So if you go to the Game Maker Studio 2 tutorials by Sarah Spalding, it's item number or video number 44. We'll show you how to do the auto tiling. It's not something that's like for me real quick. I can just show you. It just doesn't work that way, you know. So take a look at that. No, I already have them. Sparta. We already have all that. That's what these are, is we have their backgrounds, their histories, their advice, all that kind of stuff is already written. We wrote that in the first couple of weeks we were doing this. Yes, that's part of the 51 set tutorial. Cool. Ads are finished. All right. Back to what we were doing. We were putting grandparents' names on things. So we can do an escalation. What we'll do is, oh, let me see if this is work. Okay, yeah. All right, so we put great granddad and great grandma here, or sorry, great greats here. And I think we're going to pair them up this way, and then here, and then the final guy there at the top. That way, the way it's very, I don't know, it's just keeping them together kind of thing is what I was kind of shooting for, as opposed to separating them left to right. And for those of you that are new to this, yes, these are mundane tasks, but that's part of game making, is doing mundane tasks sometimes. Oops. It is not all parties and glitter. In fact, we try to use as little glitter as possible because glitter gets in everything. So that's those. We need these two, which is just the grandfather. Oops, we've got a space, extra space. We don't need extra spaces. We don't need no extra spaces. Okay, so now we have mom's father and mom's mother, the last two here, or the last couple here. So we'll put mom's father here, great great grandfather. We moved him, so he's been moved down. And put that there. Okay, so that takes care of all of them except for the main one, which we haven't made a decision as to what it's going to, if it's going to be father or mother or both. So we'll just put, we'll put both for now. told you I was sick. Okay. So now that should be all of them. Let's do a save. Yeah, as far as the thing about doing a build, I mean, sometimes you have to find workarounds for things, and you just have to test things until you can find something. And this is what we did for this: is to I don't mind making a build. It doesn't take that much longer to do anything, so we're all good on it. And then it just works, and I like just works. Just works is a good thing. Okay, so our Gordons over here that were a mess should now at least have, yep. See, that works. What about the other Gordon? Yep, we're all good there. Our quarterback up here now has an R in his quarterback. Yep, all good. Go to the family side. Great grandfather, great grandmother, grandfather, grandmother, grandfather, great grandfather, great grandmother, mother's father. Wait a minute, did I see a? No, that's correct. And then mother's mother, and then father and or mother. So we're doing good. We got that stuff, and all of our stuff is still working. How many of the gravestones did you recognize, by the way? Excuse me? You mean the ones that you wrote? Although, thank you for answering the question last night. Oh. Davies, at the moment, I don't remember the question, but you're very welcome. I'm doing well. Yeah, they're all they're all references to movies. Totally got that. We can run through them if you like. Here, let me pull them over here. We'll run through them so everybody can see them. Okay, boop, 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 boop. So this is the stuff that he sent us. I'm moving some screens around so that we can show them, and everybody can read them. It'll be fun. Well, let's make it big enough to read. Okay. Okay, number one. John Hanks Miller died in a pointless rescue operation. I hope it was worth it, Matt. Oh no, they all make sense. As far as that one, that's the guy that died in God, my brain just went blank. In The Martian, when the guy that was the astronaut that died in The Martian. So yeah, all of them made sense. All of them made perfect sense. But you're right. You did do two Legolas's, and I don't think they're the same though. Are they? No, they're different. So because they're different, that's cool. That's okay. But I do like them. They are very funny. And we do have some extras, so we can use them for later. Yeah. So when we get down here, we'll see if these ones are too long when we use them later. But for now, we have everything in. And yes, I did recognize all the movies that you referenced, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's all done. That's all done. Let's come down here. Go back into town here. Alrighty. Things we need to do. We need to decide which buildings should be walk-in buildings. I think the big buildings should be walk-in buildings. And what I mean by walk-in buildings is I'll show you here. If we go back to our little starting point here, we have two types of buildings as far as how you enter a building. And the first one is the top just comes off of it and you can interact with stuff inside of it. You know, the second type is this, where it's an actual separate room. We've bought everything from him, so he's not in a good mood. Buy something or leave. Get out. He's not very nice. I don't think we can blow him up though. Can we? Nope. Whoop. We can break his pots though and get our bomb back there. But yeah, so we have those kind of buildings. So I think that there's several places like the candle shop, things like that, that we can just have the roof come off of, which makes sense to me. So what we'll do is this. First, we need to, actually, I realized just now that we didn't fix it. We need to fix our signs because our signs are not doing well. Okay, this one doesn't have a sign. This one doesn't have a sign. This one has a sign, but it's kind of in the wall. So we have to fix those kind of things. So we will go back to our build. Close this up. Actually, we'll turn that off. That way, when we do the next build, we can show it. Come back to here and to our village. Not our village, sorry. Our town. And start fixing all the signs. Where's what, when, where's house. Okay, so let's get all of our signs together here. Oh, we need to be on instance. I wish there was a way in here to add a comment. Is there? Oh, we can no. I want to be able to, if we click on it, can we rename it? Well, we can rename it here, but I don't. No, because it's named after the piece. What if we did a, oh, it worked. Serious Unnamed. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Can you answer this for us? What freaky sheet magic did you perform so that you could make Excel format my pile of text into something that GameMaker? Oh, okay. I will show you what I did. I thought I showed you guys this yesterday, but I will show you. It's not freaky game. It's not freak. Well, yeah, it's freaky Excel magic. But if you look over here to the right, over here, this is the freaky magic that I'm doing. So this is your, sorry, I'm zooming in here because I want to make sure you guys can see. This is your list, right? And this is the format that you put on your list in Discord. So all I do is copied and pasted that here. Now the freaky Excel stuff that formats it correctly is this over here. Is now what I do is there's several things. So we can see here. Right, let me see if we can, let me pull this down so you can see the top here because the screen is not very big. Because I want you to be able to see the code that's up there at the top. Okay, you should be able to see it. But so the first thing I had to do was get the name and the first line and then the second line. So the first thing I did was this, is I said, okay, look at, if you look at the top up here, it says starting from the left in frame F4, which is this one, find the dash, which is the dash that you put here, and then put everything before. It basically says everything from the left to that dash, put in this square, and then I minus two lines. So it took the dash out and it took the extra space out for the name, and then put the name in there. And that's the same code for all of these. So if we go down to here, you can see it's the same code. Every single one, it just is going to that particular thing. Next thing we had to do was take the second line and put it, so I just typed in /n here to do a line break. Then I'll have to move over here. Then we said, okay, now give us the second line. So it was a little bit more involved because it said, I want you to start in the middle. I want you to start on one end with the dash. On the other end is a period. So here's our space, here's our dash. And then here's the period. And all it does is it looks here and says, okay, where's the dash and where's the period at the end of the name? And it puts everything between that into this box. Then we do the same thing. We put a /n, so it changes the line down. And then we grab the last line. And the last line is the one here. It's pretty cut and dry, that one is. But what we do then is we put all the code around it into boxes around it. So if you look at this whole row here is exactly the same on the thing. And then same thing over here for the /ns, because that's where we want our line breaks. And then the beginning has the bars and that. So it's just basically from there, it's pretty simple. It's just this was a test, so this one we didn't use, but this was something we could set up later for translation. So the final is nothing more than a concatenation of this whole line here. And that line is here. And if you look here, it's just a simple concatenation of that top line with all the different pieces in it. So it puts the front on it, the line breaks, and then the end on it. And then I can just copy and paste this into the variable and we're done. So that is the freaky magic. And have GameMaker, well, because you set it up beforehand. We have the beginning of the quote for GameMaker. We have the first line. We have a break, line break, which puts everything past that on the next line. And then the second line, and then another line break, and then the third line. And then we end the quote and then tell it which color box to show. And what I mean by which color box to show is if we take, if we go back to the game, which we will do here, say I'm looking at, let's go back up to our tombstones, our graveyard. So we'll take this one here, and I will change that last variable instead of it being a 0. And then that last final concatenation is what we copy into here. And you see all the code is there. But if we made this a 1, that particular one a 1 instead of a 0, I think I just screwed it up. But let's go back. Okay, no, I made it a 1. So we make that a 1 instead of a 0. It will use a different background than the others. So if we do a build, save, do a yes, wait for it to come up, do a copy, copy that, paste that, and then run it. And then turn on our GameMaker. It's already on. Did we run it? I don't think we ran it. We'll run it now. Okay. So basically what that 0 does is, and I'll show you on the thing here in a second. So if we go back to where we were and we run up to the, and we go, I think it was it this one? See how his is blue now? Whereas everybody else's is the orange. So that last 0 or 1 tells it which background to use. And in the cases of the backgrounds, how we're setting that, if we go back here and we say, God, where's it at again? No, it's not that. Not that. Where is my object for this? Text. Oh, text, no. I'm looking for a very specific object. Oh, it might not be in there. No, it would have to be. look in sprites, because it might just be a sprite that isn't used as an object. Ah, here it is. So if we look at the UI box, oh, that's the wrong one. We want the one that has multiples in it. That's all our player stuff. Well, somewhere in here. Ah, so here's our text box. And depending on what number is there, so 0 is the brown one, 1 is the transparent blue one, 2 is the dark blue one or the solid blue one, and then 3 is the blue one with the white outline. Yeah, so all I'm using for a lot of this stuff to build these things for us is it's the same thing as we did for in the town or the village where we put the close ones together. Let me put the screen back up. So here's how we did pretty much the exact same thing for the for the signs in town, which we're going to go back to here. So if you look here, there's in here, it's basically the exact same format. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Okay. So if you look, it's pretty much the same format because it's the same format for the signs because the signs are put together the same way. Is you have your quote, your bars in your quote. You have what you wanted in the sign. You have your bars or your quote, comma, and then button number. In this particular case, as I showed you, button 0 is the brown button. And then we just concatenate it here into a single line. And then it, that's how we're doing it. That's how we're having Excel write our code for us. So hope that helps. Freaky sheet magic. I love that. You perform so that you could have Excel format. Yeah, I got into having Excel write code for me when I was doing a lot of Jira stuff. Because there was so much repeating that I'm like, oh, I'm tired of typing this stuff. So this way I only have to type things once and then it builds the code for me. And then it also gives me an opportunity to go back and look. But this also saves us trouble later because we can then use these spreadsheets to build the translation spreadsheets. So if we want Latin American Spanish or Castilian Spanish or simplified Chinese or traditional Chinese or German or French or whatever, we have the spreadsheets already built for translation to go and have a field day with. So, but it's a pretty simple coding idea. The tricky part for the tombstones was cutting the lines up into different pieces. That was difficult. So I had to learn a lot of code. And as you saw on the code things for that, these pieces of code are quite elaborate. So I was learning how to do it. Because we wanted it to be able to show. But yeah, but that's how you build code for yourself so you don't have to do it every single time by hand. Brains. Excel building code so you don't have to. Mm-hmm. Would you mind uploading a sample Excel sheet for these kinds of things? It's just a simple concat. Simple concat. Something you see around Excel every day. Cut needs to be cut in. Okay. The /n thing needs to cut it up for you. So it fits in multiple levels. Yes. So you, for every every line, so if you're counting lines, 4 lines top to bottom, every line is separated by a /n, because the first row with the name, then the second row has the base death, what they died from. Third row is whatever the quote is, you know. So yeah, it's all pretty easy, fair stuff. Yes, new line. And you can put it anywhere in there because it's going to be it's going to be recognized pretty much anywhere, including in Python or other coding systems. That's pretty universal. So yeah, just ask what's it called again. I forget what it's called. I haven't used it yet. Oh, here it is, Copilot. Just that Copilot should be able to talk you through all this stuff. So cool. So where were we? We were not doing this. We were, oh no, turn that back on. Okay, yeah, I was showing you. So yeah, this is how the backgrounds are set up, and depending on what number, oh, let me pull it up here to where you guys can see it. So depending on what number we put at the end, brown would be 0. In the transparent blue would be 1, solid blue would be 2, and then solid blue with a white outline would be 3. You know, it is what it is, Sparta. Sometimes use the tools that are available to you. I know enough about Excel that I just do it. But if Copilot helps you write the stuff, then do it. Make it work. I'm dreading the day I need to update to Windows 11. I'm working on Windows 11. I already have to choke Cortana until it leaves her eyes after the Windows update. Now I gotta do it in Copilot. No, you just turn it off. Mine's off. It doesn't bother me at all. Never says a thing. But yeah, so that's how the backgrounds are set up. And there's an explanation in the tutorials as to why it's set up the way it is, and the fact that the center 8x8 is what fills in the box, and then it just fills in the sides and the corners with the other 8x8s. But so that's where we were there. Let us go back to where we were. We were in the town. This is where we were. What I think we're going to do, what I was trying to figure out is there a way to name these in the, I don't think there is. Edit object. No, we're not going to edit the object. Because if we edit the object, then that will change the object everywhere else. But same thing with the name is if we change this name, it'll change that name everywhere. So I'm going to have to figure out if there's a way. Oh, what if we rename this? I wonder what, no, because that's the ID code. What if we add to the ID code? No, I think that's going to screw things up. I wish that they had a thing here where you could just say secondary name. Because if you could put a secondary name and then have it attached to the segment, so when you're looking at it here, you can say, okay, well that's the bakery one, and that's this, you know. But now, in order to go in and see what it is, and you have to look at the variable, where this one's the blacksmith one. It's like, okay, but it'd be cool if we could see that in this list, and then we can just jump to that sign. But I haven't seen anything like that unless I've missed something. So let's go back to this. What I think we need to do is mark off what's what. So buildings that we have, let's go to my village list here. We have the town square, which is here. This should be town square. Town square, awesome. It is in the right place. Yeah, and then we have, so if we look down here, we wanted we started a bunch of things together, but I forgot to keep a list. But I did color code the this thing. So I did color code the buildings that were bunched together, so we can learn from that where everything is. So town hall, this is our town hall here. Oh, sorry, we're in the way again. Let me make this smaller. Oops. That's what happens when you grab the wrong one. Okay, that is not the right one. That is the right one. Okay. We're going to make this smaller. We'll put it over here so it's just like that. Okay, so what we know is that this was the town hall. This was the, let's see. So let's do that one first. Come here, you. What are you? What is your name? What is your name and where are you from? This says candles. So, well, we're going to go ahead and change that to town hall. We already have it here. So we're going to start setting them this way. So that's now town hall. Grab this one and bring it out in front of the town hall. Actually, what we'll do is we'll set them inside for now, just so that we know that we have them covered. That way, as we grab other things, it will do this. Let's turn the grid off. It's this one. I just want to see, what is this one? So the carpenters. The carpenter was grouped with the blacksmith and the pottery guys, which were over this way. I think we already started doing this, so it's just us returning to it. Oh yeah, okay. Let's bring this guy back over here. This was the blacksmith because we wanted that. We wanted the pottery guy, and this guy, we'll put him here for now. Let's just make sure we put them all in here so they're covered. This guy up here is the stable, which we do not do. I think we have a stable one in here. General store, nope. Sure. This window's smaller. Baker. School to be named later. Yes. I believe we put the school up here. So this one's the school. That is our graveyard notice. Okay. This was our town square. Yeah, town square. Okay. So everything that we've named is already named. So let's go down here. What are these guys? Clothing. Yeah, so this was the clothing and everything else section. So we'll put, this should be the seamstress. No, be barber. Yeah, so this is the take care of yourself section. We'll put the barber here. We'll put the clothing store here. All right. So barber, clothing, and restaurant bar. We actually moved the restaurant bar up over here in the top corner over here. This is now the restaurant and bar, if I remember correctly. No, this was the boarding house. Sorry, I was wrong. Let's grab another sign. Another sign. Yeah, any way you can find shortcuts, like the shortcut I use for writing code, writing some of this code stuff, use it. You know, make it part of your toolkit, because it's going to save you in the long run. Because it also makes things a little bit quicker. Because if I had to stop and type all this stuff and format all this stuff, I'd just drive myself crazy. I would not be happy. Okay, then we need our stable one. Okay, boop a doop. Okay, so that, so what are we missing? Okay, we have stables now can be marked off on the list. Let's see, restaurant has been marked off. Yeah, the restaurant's up there in the corner. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 missing? And how many buildings do we have? Ah, come on, work, will ya? If you do not, if you are not on, you have no idea how annoying this thing can be sometimes. I got it. So another one we're missing is this one, which is the temple and or church, which is this one here. So that one is missing. Let's put that one in. Temple and church. Yeah, I'm master of the shortcuts. I just, if I can find an easy way to do it to where I don't have to spend a lot of time on it, I will do it. Okay, we have 4 left here and we have 4 left here. So what we will do is these 3 here can be placed now. Let's say this one is the bakery. The bakery can go down over here. So it will go, we'll say that one's the bakery. This one is the butcher. Butcher and the bakery can go next to each other, which is the grouping we had talked about before. We'll put the butcher here. Then this should be candlestick maker. No, that's a general store. Guess we put general store down here too. What's missing? What's missing? We're missing 2. So we have the bakery. We have the blacksmith. Yeah, blacksmith is over there. He's done. What are we missing? It says we're missing the carpenter and the pottery shop. But this sign is the general store. So I've already got a general store somewhere else, don't I? Or did I mark something as a general store that shouldn't have been? We should have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 buildings? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 15, not counting the school, but we built the school up here. This should be the school. Yes, school to be named later. Let's move out here. Let's pull this back over here and get a nice bird's eye view of it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that should be, oh, we are missing one. Which one is it though? Forgot my ping, huh? Not sure what that means. All right, data I need to update. Yeah, anything you can learn to make your life easier, do it. What is the Excel sheet matrix for? Which Excel sheet matrix? What are you talking about? This one is just for the town. For this sheet you're talking about up here in the corner. This is the matrix for all the signs for the buildings in town. And it creates the code for those buildings. That's what this code on this side is. This is the code it creates. This is the concatenated it pulls from. You know, so if we were to change the name of one, then it would yeah, it basically builds the code for the signs, which we're putting in now. So if you've been watching what we've been doing, I'm coding these signs to do that. So we just fill those variables in here. So this is a general store sign. I don't think I forgot the general store. Because according to this, we have 3 missing. No, we have 2 missing. Okay, so we are right. One of them would be the carpenter, which we should put down here next to, not the butcher, but I think I'm looking for this one. Oh, this one has not been filled in. Oh, so there's the missing sign that I did not have. Okay. So this one will be the carpenter. So that takes care of that. This one should be pottery shop. Okay, I did not mark the pottery shop off. I'm pretty sure we're still 1 short because we should have. Okay. Sorry, I'm just writing something that's going to tell me how many are here. There should be 16. There should be 16 signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're missing 2 still. Oh, I missed the middle one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 16 correct there. Okay. And here's your sign. Yep. It then affects all behind it. I'm not sure what that's to. What then affects all behind it? And are you talking to me? Zip Dan fool. Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so the general store, go down here for now. So I think it should be in the central shopping area. And then we'll put the candles, which I think is the thing that's missing. I think candles are what we're missing. The candle shop. And we'll put a sign in here. We'll put the candle shop next to the temple. There's a certain amount of logic there. No matter what denomination it is or what it is. And zombie. regarding changes in names.
Brains.
Now you can change names anytime. Yeah, that one's this list is just for the signs in town. Now we're going to step through them and mark them off color-wise in Excel. And we'll do that in a minute. Where are we at? Okay. How much time do I have for the zombie? That's not enough time left to do it on the next zombie. Zombie apocalypse. Hey, he puts in the text. Excel formats the text so that it can match the formatting needed for GMS. Then he just pastes it in. Yeah. The additional color coding is just yellow. It just means it's done. And we're going to review through that right now anyway. That's what we're going to do next is just to make sure that we have everything. I'm going to step through each sign and look at them and then change the color on the yellow so that you're in that. The coloring on the right side, the blue, the green, the pink, were shops that we talked about the other day, meaning these shops should be in close proximity to each other. And it's just an arbitrary thing. Oh, wow. Stick Kill. Thank you very much for the sub. That's awesome. You're very cool. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Boom. It worked. So why does it work sometimes and sometimes it doesn't? I don't understand. But thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. So yeah, so what I was saying is the yellow was me just marking whether it was done or not. And then the color coding over here was buildings that should be grouped together in some way or should be close to each other from a standpoint of just hanging around town and walking around. What would be close to each other? Has a very work smart, not hard approach. Yeah, simple. Simple is going to be your friend because if you start to get it like all out of control, you're gonna have a terrible time. So now what we're going to do is this. It's just to make sure we got everybody. We're going to look at each sign. This one is the candles, so we'll mark the candles off. We'll just change the background color to a dark green. Yeah. So we know candles is done. Step over here. This should be the church and or temple. Temple/church. So we can mark that one off. We pull that over a little bit. Sorry. So you can kind of, oh, you can see it. Okay. So now I'm just stepping through my buildings to make sure that the signs are all in there and done. This one's school to be named later. So we go back over here and we find the school. Here it is. And then this one should be the boarding house. Boarding house. So we mark the boarding house off. And it's just for me the easiest way to do checklists. So we have the town hall, or sorry, yeah, the town hall. Yep, town hall. And stable. Stables. Because there's a possibility, because you can't just look up and see what the sign says. There's a possibility that we may even have doubled one by accident. And this is just a final way to go through and check it. Okay, variables. This one is the blacksmith. Stepping to the next two. This one is pottery shop next to the blacksmith. That makes sense. This is the carpenter. Mostly right now, I'm more concerned about duplications than I am about a building being in the wrong place. General store. This one is carpenter. Aha. No. Do we have two we don't have two carpenters. Did I do two carpenters? I did. This is why we check. Ah. Okay. So as we go through the list, we're going to find out which one is now missing. Which one did not make it into a building? Butcher. That's going to throw people all off, having two carpenters like that, especially right next door to each other. Which one do you go to? Which one is your friend? Which one's going to give you the better deal? Which one's going to make the better furniture? And why did we need competition in that space in this town? Was there a terrible carpenter mishap long ago? Could have been. Never know. Barber. Restaurant and or bar. We don't have the restaurant and or bar. That is the missing one. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. Dark at Auras, Dark Auras. I'm glad it's working now. So now we know what we're missing is restaurant and or bar. So I think that should probably, we'll keep this one as a carpenter and make this the, let me see. If the boarding house is here, stables, yeah, this would probably be the best thing to be the, actually, this one would probably be better as the bar because of its position. So we'll put that there because it says, I know that one says carpenter right now. I'm down here. It's basically, I switched the signs of these. This is now the pottery shop. And then we're putting the bar here next to the blacksmith. I know it's probably not the smartest thing to do because the blacksmith is probably a drunk anyway, but that's okay. We will put the restaurant and or bar here, and we'll make it a little bit bigger to accommodate for that. So now this one says restaurant and or bar. I don't know why, but the alert said a different name. Oh, it shouldn't. Okay, I'll figure that out. I was sub number 10. Okay. I'll have to look to see if I have that set wrong because it should be pulling the correct names by now and the correct pictures. But the alert said a different name than mine. Thank you very much for the follow, Barakina. Barukina. I apologize for the incorrect thing. I will have to check the system and find out if I put the wrong thing in because it may still be doing fake ones for that were supposed to be for testing. But I thought it said it would replace them. Let me look real quick. Okay, so add alerts, target who is redeemed. Yes. So go to user. Okay, that just makes that visible. A username, target user. That should be pulling the target user. I will have to figure it out. Was the picture correct? Oh, so it did show the correct picture. Okay, so that just might be out of place. I may have put that in the wrong place. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. I'll look at it tonight and see what's going on. All right, so now we knew that we found out that our restaurant was out of place or was missing. So what we can do though is, because this is now our restaurant and our bar, we'll have to change the shape of it, make it a little bit bigger. So if we go to our main tiles and let's pull this out here. Let's pull it out to like right up against there. And make it a little bit bigger there. Yeah, that'll work. Bloop. That'll make it a little bit bigger now. And as we do our final artwork stuff, it will clean this up quite a bit. We'll make it a tad, yeah, we can make it one more deeper, I think. Okay, and let's go to our collision. Okay. So that makes it a little bit bigger. I think that works. Yeah, that'll be good for now because it is bigger than the blacksmith, and it can be, we can make it into a room more than anything else. So that'll be good. I don't know why I'd be doing the fake username, but we'll work that out. Okay. We have signs. We have them all coded. Our thank you to our spreadsheet here for keep them all, and we do have them as a go-to for when we need town squares. Yes, it's up here. It is this one in the middle. Yep. Town square. All signs accounted for. Awesome. Yeah, so that'll be nice. We do have the ones for the rest too. So like the forest signs, the mine signs, farmer signs. We do have those in there. We just haven't built those sections yet. But signs we do still need to add in here are things like this, where it's like the sign to the which we haven't put in. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's add a sign. Graveyard. There. Graveyard's done. See how easy that was to just code? Boom. Wrote a piece of code right there. Didn't even try. Just done. So that takes care of that one. Oops. Didn't want me to do that. The Z. Let's take those out of there. Thank you. You check this one. This should be saying forest or something like that. Yeah, the forest. So we're all good there. Alrighty then. All of our signs are accounted for. Now we can start placing them just outside the doors. Okay. Oh, we need to turn our grid back on. We need to fix it and then turn our grid back on. Okay. That's right. We'll put them all next to the doors. I think I like them sticking out like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can't do them on the bottom ones, but on the top ones, I think sticking out like that makes sense. Hmm. Because with the blacksmith, we put our signs on the lawn. That's funny because we have two entrances for this. We might have to put a second sign up on the other side of this exact same thing, so that if you're up here walking, you can still see what it is. That makes sense. This one here. This is the school, so we'll put it here. Church. And then town square. We'll put it out there. Okay, so all of our signs are set. All buildings have been marked. Now we do a quick save. Alrighty then. Turn our gameplay back on. No, it was on. It's the wrong one. We want this one. Yep. As it comes up and goes down, because that's the way things work here. Alrighty then. Let's go to our town. Check this one. Graveyard. Correct. School to be named later. Ah. This should be the boarding house. Stables. I'll walk through the stable because they're pretty stable. It should be stable again. Yeah. Blacksmith. Bar and or grocery. Restaurant bar. Sorry. Pottery shop. Not to be confused with the pottery barn. Carpenter. General store. Butcher. Bakery. Clothing. And Baba. Hello, Barba. So all of our signs are accounted for. Ah, we can't walk across the water anymore. Town hall. And then the last one should be this one over here. Did we do these ones? Yeah, candles and church. And the forest. Okay. All of our signs are done. We need to fix a few things. So let's go back to our town here. Okay. Basic tile set. Hmm. Okay. Can add a little something over here. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't think we have any loose ends as far as that, so no, we're all good. So we will have to make some things. I think some beaches would be nice too. But so we'll make a sand one as well as just directly off into the water. So let's turn that off. So yeah, so that's basically how I keep track of stuff in regards to putting things together. Um, and it does take time. All these things take time, and you have to consider that when you're doing stuff. Is how much time do you want to actually put into something, and is it going to work out for what it is you really want to do? Sorry, I'm fixing this right here. Um, but we could put we haven't. This doesn't go anywhere yet, and this one doesn't go anywhere yet because we haven't built a mine yet, the mine area yet. Not the mine itself, but the area itself. So we will get to that. And then we'll build the mine, but we still have a tile set to build for the mine as well. So once we finish the tile set for this, then we'll have to build our mine tile set. And we do have he was asking, someone was asking earlier in regards to the, let me find the rooms here, in regards to the auto build part. And there's a couple tricky things that I didn't recognize on that when I did this one here, because this one was built with the auto tile set. So if we look at this tile set, it doesn't look like a normal tile set because it isn't. It's nothing like the tile set we've already had, and you have to set them up. There's an extreme, you have to set them up exactly the way they're built. With your artwork and stuff like that. And let me move this over. Oh, actually, I can do it this way, can't I? If I grab the edge of that and I scoot that, does that? No, that just closes it. Okay. Let me pull this on screen here. So you have to set this tile set up extremely exactly. And the tutorial does go through this and why it's set up this way and how it's set up, why it works this way. It does not work any other way. So you have to set it up as it's supposed to be set up or it will not work. Sand, grass, cliff would be a general water body ledge. Sand and grass, yeah. Shallows and waters, yeah. Plus we could have just a beach on the edge of town. I'm a beach guy, born in California, so. How are we doing on our numbers, by the way? Okay, 12,259 of 13,000. Awesome. Sub goal is 150. We got 10. That's awesome. And then bit goal is 3,000. We have 160. Awesome again. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we'll have to make transitions for that. But this, and I'll hold off. I'm in zombie mode. In fact, I will be right back. Last time, microphone off.
Brains.
How could that not give me enough time? That was more than enough time. That is wrong. Let me turn our friends off. Friends, go away. Thank you. Ah, sorry about that, guys. Okay, what does it say here? It says, I was working on making a mock-up topographical map with the general idea of the mine being at the foot of the mountain, with a river running downstream towards the town. The town being built next to the large lake. Yeah, we have a lot of things similar to that set up. Yes. Lake and sorry, that's very tiny text. Splits into a couple small rivers of part of that lake as a beach. Yeah, because we did have in our original design that we did on let me get it up here in Miro a while back here. Let's see if I can get that on screen again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You get it, Miro. GameMaker, Firefox, Miro. Okay. So if we go back to our original design stuff, one of the things we talked about was things that are, oops, sorry. See, things like mine runoff and stuff like that. In fact, you can't see that on the screen. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. So as being a problem, so I think what you're talking about, if we make each thing an elevation, if we make elevations in each of them, from going between each thing as opposed to just a flat walk straight through, then we can emphasize things like mine runoff and things like that from coming from the mine into the town and causing problems and stuff like that, and then add those to the quest paths that we're putting together. Yeah. No, that's cool. I think that's very cool. Yeah. So as I was saying about the auto tiling stuff, is it's a little bit tricky. So let me close this window. And the reason it's was tricky to me is because it actually works reverse of the way my brain works. And what I mean by that is if I were to build a wall, to me, I would build from the inside out, right? But the tile maker, the auto tile maker stuff seems to build from the outside in. And what I mean by that is the black area is the non-usable area. Or at least that's the way it appears. So if I were to take this and say, build something up here. Oh, it's not turned on. See? Oh, how do you turn it on again? There is a way to do this. What? I'm on the wrong level, aren't I? Nope, that's right. Okay, well, like I said, it's tricky, and apparently I didn't turn it on right. Oh, because it's looking at it as a regular one, not a main. Yeah, so I have to go back and look at the tutorial and remember how to turn this on, because you do have to turn it on in order for it to work. So, what happens? Nope, that wasn't it. But it was very complicated because I thought I was drawing the maps from the inside out, and they actually draw from the outside in, and that got a little bit tricky when setting it all up. But it does work in the long run. You can figure it out. But we will use it when we start pulling our maps in, which we'll probably do in a week or so, is start building our maps that we put together and bringing them in as backgrounds, and then using this to basically figure them out, lay them all out, and then change this artwork for other things. Because one of the things that I saw that was pretty cool was, and I'm going to have to find it because it wasn't part of this tutorial, it was part of something else I watched, is the ability to make your background stuff like you're seeing here. If we turn the collision off, put your background stuff here in, but then you can do another layer, and on that layer do the shadows pass, and I thought that was pretty cool. So if you were to run it across here, it would auto shadow everything, which I thought was a really good way to do it. Yes, the auto tile maker probably does it in reverse. So tell you easily have realigned obstacles. Yes, it does it in reverse. So you're drawing from the outside in, not from the inside out. You're laying out your dead space. You're not laying out your actual space, your usable space. But yeah, so, but adding even some shadows to this would actually work out pretty well. You could probably do it in the original artwork too, but I like having a little bit more control than that. So I think we're about at time, right? What time is it? Oh, we have about a minute left. But I think we did pretty well today. We got a lot done. You know, as far as continued setup, because that's all we're doing right now. It's just continued setup while we work our way through stuff. But I will start replacing some of the artwork and stuff later. Got all of our signs in. We got all of our tombstones covered. Yeah, I think we're actually not in bad shape when it comes to the game itself. Thank you for the follow. I'm assuming that is not the correct name. We've had people say that those are not the correct names. So if you just gave us a follow, please let me know. Yeah. Let me know if that was the correct name on that image. Okay, we're up here. Let's do this real quick. Save, save, save. Wait for it to do the build. Okay, open it up, copy it, copy, paste it, open it. Survey says. So it shall come up in a moment. Let us Yeah, there you go. Take a quick look at what we did today. Today, we made signs. Today, we named the gravestones. Because gravestones are funny. If I could actually centralize on the gravestone and have him say something. Yeah. Yeah, doing well. We also fixed some typos. We gave Grandma and Grandpa their tombstones. Great granddad, great grandmother. We need another granddad. Yeah, grandfather. Grandmother. Great grandmother, and this should be great grandfather, and then mom's grandfather, or mom's father, or mom's mother, and then finally father and or mother. So, but one thing I also showed you is if we use a 1 instead of the 0 for the background, it will move down that line. Well, where's the one that we made blue? I forget which one we made blue. This one. So yeah, so we can do things like that where we change the background based on what it's going, and we can put more. We can add more backgrounds to that. So when we're in the graveyard, we can actually make it a darker one or a graveyard based framing for the text. So that would be kind of cool. Just little touches, stuff like that. Hey all, following your idea throughout the game dev section, I just wanted to have a... Okay, yeah, so I read that. Oh, it probably does it in reverse. Okay, it was great to see more of the game. Yeah, I remember reading all the gravestones in the Fable games. Pretty fun. Yeah, and that's the point, is you have to add those little bits into your games because they are funny and they do add another emotional connection to your player. That's always a good thing. Oops, I picked up a bomb. I should throw it. Why would I throw it at Christopher Titus? No, we're just going to blow up. I just lost my steam. Yep, so, yay. All of our signs for everybody's in. It's cool to just walk through all these. I'm not going to walk through them again, don't worry. And now that we have a base layout, though, we can start putting things together for them, figuring out, like I said, which ones will just have the roof fade out. I think the little shops would have just the roof fade out, and you walk into it like we do in our hometown here. Go back through our happy forest. So I think the little shops should be able to just do this, where they just do the roof comes off. You can see inside, you can get the things that you want to get. And then the bigger one should be this kind of thing where it's a whole nother room and stuff like that. So that is our goal, to make all those rooms, all the buildings in town, one or the other. And we'll probably do that tomorrow, start setting those up tomorrow. And then, yeah, then we can start putting some NPCs in, and while we're doing that. So that is where we are at. And let's just see that we need to save our Excel file so we don't lose everything we put in it today. I think that's the only one. No, that's not the only one we have open. This one we need to save because I have to... I still like the I'm pie, not high. That's really, really funny. I want to thank Blaze for that. Okay. Close those. We need to save this one because we do need to go back and write the new dad jokes for tomorrow, or process the new dad jokes for tomorrow, which, yes, I do have a spreadsheet that processes them. Okay, that is saved. And now we need to open up what we need for what we're doing next. Gosh, some good stuff. We did raid Felicia Day yesterday, which was very interesting. I was going to talk about that earlier. We came in a very interesting conversation in Felicia Day's stream yesterday. For those of you that stuck around for the raid, it was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. They were talking about anal fissures and other things like that, and it was like, okay, we've walked into your conversation that we were not prepared for. It was very funny. Yeah, that conversation was something else for those of you that stuck around for it. Hi, it was correct nickname. Yeah, okay, good. Because we had one come up and say it was the wrong nickname. So something set wrong on one of them. And so I'm here. What's the game about? Well, we're leaving that section of our game, of our show right now. So the game is just something that we've built over the last couple of weeks. And it's just about a boy whose grandfather goes missing and he has to go find his grandfather, is the small elevator conversation about it. But unfortunately, we are leaving game dev right now to go on to our next section because we finished game dev for today. We usually end that around 3:30. Funny. Did you laugh your ass off? I'm sure they did too. The conversation was hilarious. So, but now she's in lockout. We can't raid her again for 14 days.